Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame, darling. You give love a man name. Sorry, Adam Silver. I don't know how many finger guns that was. I guess that's like, I don't know. Put it on my tab. Welcome
you
to the
You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about getting fined. Only one person get fined.
There's only one person that gets fined for finger guns, and he's not on this show right now. I am your host, Luke Hatmaker. Welcome to the Daily Grind. If you couldn't see, there was a plethora of finger guns to start out this show. It's Monday. Uncle Buck is out restoring power to the folks of Memphis, so he is not joining us. So I got Rusty and I got Parrish. How are we, y'all? Y'all good? Y'all safe?
Yes. Yeah, we survived the storm good. You know, I was in Corinth a little bit this weekend with my dad. We had tornadoes all around us, but we are here. We're in one piece. And, you know, as Uncle Buck would say, T's and P's, those are impacted by the bad weather this weekend for sure.
Yeah, T's and P's.
Shout out to you, Rusty. I didn't see you complaining about the, Final Four and News Channel 3.
Not me. I was, and I was in the thick of
it. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about today. I could go any direction. First, I want to go with. Let's start with finger guns first. So this is a new segment I'm debuting. It's called "What the Hell NBA." In this segment, it's where we bring up a thing that the NBA has done. That is just stupid and embarrassing, and it's like, what the hell are we doing? And today I wanted to ask you both, what the hell, NBA? Because it looks like John Morant was fined. Well, it doesn't look like nothing. He was fined, what, $75,000 for finger guns, which is funny. It's a lot of things.
It's a celebration he's done all season.
Asinine. It's embarrassing. There's so many. There's a list of words that I could put into this to describe the fine, to describe everything. So, Parrish, I want to start with you because it's been, to me, it's becoming a thing, right? Because it's like the first night it happened, everybody in the building was like doing the finger guns at him. Like, and Josh sat out. It should be known, Josh sat out on Saturday. And I don't know. To me, it felt like a big F you to Adam Silver for this fine. I don't know, man. Like, to me, this is the most absurd, ridiculous thing we could possibly find somebody in the league for. I don't get it.
I hope there wasn't because we didn't play off for a race now.
Yeah,
just be sitting out games. Good teams. I think he's legit. Fool. I thought it was legit because that was very late. Like, you don't get a scratch like that late. That was like 15 minutes prior to the game.
Because I think it was Drew Hill or somebody said that he came out for shoot around, didn't look good, he looked kind of pale, and then made an abrupt exit during shoot around. So
probably
I think it was legit. I mean, it was a Paul Pierce type situation.
Yeah. Yes.
Speaking of, if you saw last Saint show on the game after they played Golden State, he went to the locker room, I guess with a jaw injury or what we thought, and he said he had to take a shit. So
yeah.
But I thought about that when you got food poisoning there. I was like, bro.
Man.
Yeah. And weren't we in the Watts on Saturday? That would have been a bad situation had John not handled that and tried to play.
Oh God.
But thinking about the guns, I mean, and maybe I'm blind to it, but all season he's done a celebration all year, and I thought of it as a 3 because it's 3. He holds up threes and he does it like this.
Does it like
and
this?
Him, and not only him, but him and Scottie Pippen. I know for sure I've seen both of them do it after almost every single 3. He either does that or the little which he probably should just go back to that. And probably just handle everything else off the court. Maybe you might got a case NBA PA court. You might have a case for that. Well, depending on person fine. But on the court, since we're in the midst of a playoff race or, play in, trying to get out this crazy standings, probably just gone. You made your point. I'm glad he did against Miami. He was back to himself.
Yes.
The buzzer beater, everything was about that. That was John Morant. But we don't want to risk further discipline going forward. So I would say you made your point. Go on, chill out. Maybe off the court, you got a case. Because if I'm not mistaken, Adam Silver beat with both him and Buddy Hield and won both of them.
Yep.
And I saw a picture. I didn't watch Golden State, but I saw a picture of Buddy Hield.
Rusty did.
Twice.
So, and I never saw nothing about him getting fined. So,
listen,
we know we see it. We see you NBA. We see you.
What the hell?
The Jockers. We see you. We see you.
That's going to go down as an all-time tweet for me. It's almost 40,000 views, almost 600 likes. Like, it just popped off because I tweeted the picture of Buddy Hield. Just all
it sure was you. Yep.
Yeah, they doing it, man. And like they warn both of them. Buddy Hield does it back-to-back nights, but only Ja Morant gets fined. You've got Podziemski doing it. You've got LeBron doing it. You've got everybody's doing this celebration all year long. You got college, pro, football, basketball, Dyson Daniels. With old Draco with a bump stock, just mowing down the Pistons bench in November. It's been a thing forever, man. And and then it's such a tired and lazy argument. People might mention saying, Buddy Hield doesn't have a history with guns. Man, screw you. Ja Morant exercised his Second Amendment right. Yes, he carried a gun on a plane that he shouldn't have, but he's done his time. He served his punishment. It's time to move on from that. And Adam Silver literally is allowing women beaters to run around in the NBA unscathed. Jackson Hayes beat up his girlfriend in half of LAPD, and nothing has happened to him yet. And Ja Morant has the opportunity to do the funniest thing. If he turns around and says, look, here's your $75K for a fine. I'm also going to drop $75K in the local battered women's shelter here in Memphis because those are the real issues, right? The optics of it are just goofy. Adam Silver is the only thing saving him from being the worst commissioner in professional sports is that Rob Manfred is still the commissioner of professional baseball, because that's a night and that's a whole nother show. But Adam Silver is a bitch, point blank, period. I know this is a family morning show, but the guy just sucks, man. I'm over it. And I hope, I get the argument about Ja getting suspended and missing games, but I hope he does it every single game from here on out because everybody else in the NBA is doing it. Why are we singling out Ja Morant?
I've heard the I was listening right before the show. I've heard the argument of, you're going to be officiated differently. I heard the Draymond example where it's like Draymond's officiated differently because of his history, how he fouls people. This was 2.5 years ago was this gun incident, and there's no history of gun. It's not like.
And the charges of him getting in.
Showed a gun on Instagram. He hasn't choked players. He
hasn't.
He showed a gun on Instagram. He hasn't.
And even the second video, that wasn't his video. That was his screen recording.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope he does a musket.
We're greedy.
DG's talking about celebrations. Do a musket, cock the flint hammer, do the full musket, light the cannon, do the boat, something. Maybe it's just a gun issue, but and then last night, Draymond's going to elbow Şengün in the face. He got a tech, but he didn't get kicked out. Guarantee you doesn't get fined. Yes, they are officiated different, but Draymond has a much longer leash than Ja Morant does. That's a fact.
And here's my biggest problem. He's been doing it all season. Why are we waiting 6 months? He's been doing the celebration since the season started. I've been at every home game and I've watched almost all games. Right, he's done the celebration all year. Just he didn't start this on Thursday against Miami. Nope.
They waited until Draymond went and started complaining in that Warriors game. He's like, look what happened. Look what happened.
And the Warriors didn't help because they tweeted out, some of the fan accounts and some of their official accounts tweeted out the picture of Ja Morant cropping Buddy Hield out of it. And I listened to the Ringer, and Verno made a great point. This could have been an absolute nothing issue if Adam Silver did the adult in the room thing and said, hey, Ja, can we come up with a different celebration? People are watching you. We've had issues, right? But instead, he leaks it to Shams. Yeah. Shams then tweets it out, and it becomes this global issue when this could have been handled in a 15 or maybe even a 5-minute phone call. Hey, Ja, man, I'm glad you're having fun. Glad you're back. We've had issues. Can we do a different celebration? And then it's over. But instead, we leak it to the national media. It becomes this huge story, and it forces the hand. And it's just another indictment on what the hell NBA are we doing for a goofy league.
It's the most. You called it. It's the softest move that Silver could have done. Hey, Shams, you know what? I'm warning them. I'm going to warn them. A bit
more snivelly though. He's over there
Shams. Well, but not only that, you remember the first tweet was Ja Morant Pacific. he really he saved. I mean, it was someone said he was like you could include them both of them in the same tweet.
Like, you wanted
to get your reactions.
Exactly. You wanted to get reaction. Yes. Oh my God. And it takes me to the movie 300. I love that movie. Just guy movie, right? You know, when Leonidas looks at the guy that betrays him and says, "May you live forever." Like, I wish Ja would have done that. Like this is such a betrayal. Like, you just such a backstabbing move from Adam Silver, sniveling over in the corner, being grotesque and being like, "I can help you beat the Spartans," right? Like, I don't know. I'm just over it, man. Freaking over it.
You know what I thought about when he said that? This is a video. Dude was like, it was dude. He was like, "Man, you want to do this to me, your own blood? Man, you will beat it."
You will beat it.
Exactly.
I love the video.
Exactly.
Oh man. What the hell, NBA? Like, get your shit together. We're swearing a lot this morning. I don't care. The show's been gone for a couple days because of storms. This is stupid. What the hell, NBA? Get your shit together.
Apologize to the mamas out there.
Apologize to the mamas that are watching the show. We're sorry. My mom, and wherever you are, she's not listening, but I'm sorry. Let's talk about something that wasn't a bunch of bullshit. That was actually some good stuff. At least good basketball, because the NCAA tournament, the semifinals happened this weekend. We had Florida beating Auburn, and we had Duke losing to Houston. Wild game, man. Last 2 minutes of that game were
I watched the
Wow.
Well, let's talk about the semis a little bit first, because we can preview the game tonight, but let's talk about the semis. Thank you. I just want to talk about that Duke game. I don't really want to talk about the other game. Like that Florida Auburn game was really good.
That game was good too, though.
It was really good.
I hate Auburn. Well, I hate Auburn with a massive passion, and to watch them get beat that way just tickled me to no end. I was here for it. My Final Four was 50%. I had Florida and Houston, and I had them playing in the national championship. So I got the championship game right. Yeah, I picked Florida to beat Houston, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, I'm sure. But two classic basketball games.
Who'd you have in the finals?
I had 75%. I had Tennessee beating Houston, so that didn't happen. That was about it. I had Florida win. I got Florida winning the championship, so I want them to beat Auburn. So I had them beating Duke, though. So of course, because I didn't have Houston in the Final Four. So.
Well, so let's talk about that team, the Duke team. So was it more about this team just kind of pooped to bed? I would say Houston plays awesome. This is a Houston team that's been to the finals a lot, or been to the Final Four, been to the Elite Eight a lot. They play really damn hard.
I think that's more of it. They got Duke rattled. Like, Duke was playing good ball. They were up, and I think Houston just kept pressure. And that's what Kelvin Sampson teams do, is they just keep pressure on you. They don't let you breathe. And I do too, man. My dad and my cousin and I were watching it, and I'm just like, this is the example of offense sells tickets, defense wins championships, because they were suffocating. And it showed in Cooper Flagg, because Cooper Flagg made about 3 really boneheaded plays down the final 3 or 4 minutes, all because of Houston's defense and pressure. And they closed the game on a 13-3 run to win the game. Houston's pressure is what caused that 100%.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think people are going to be like, this was Flagg's fault, because he did make a couple boneheaded plays down the stretch. I will agree with you. But I just think that the Houston team was don't foul him, just play him the whole thing. Pick him up the whole way and press him the whole way. They're not going to know what to do. These dudes are tired. It's what you're supposed to do. These guys are tired.
So you want to know when the game swung, and that's when I thought that they could make the comeback. So when they were down by 14 with 8 minutes to go, they basically had a 6-point possession. They hit the three. They got a flagrant foul on the reap. I guess when he was shooting to read the Duke player, it was a flagrant foul one. He hit 1 or 2 free throws, and they hit a 2-point, and they got the ball back afterward and hit another 2. So they cut a 14-point lead to 8 in 10 seconds.
Yep.
So at that point, I was like, oh, they got a shot. And even down the stretch when they was down by 6 with 30 seconds to go, I was like, I just feel like they got a shot, because Houston they gonna play hard on their inbounds. I was like, I would not be surprised if they could steal layup. I'm it just felt like it. I was like, I felt the momentum shifting from that point forward. And Houston, Duke didn't score for 10 minutes or something. They didn't score. They didn't have a field goal. For
suffocating.
Something like that. It was crazy.
At Houston, they're supremely athletic. They play great defense, but they got 3 dudes who are shooting at or around 40% from 3. They can shoot, they can defend. This is a complete team. It's going to be an uphill battle. over Florida, but we do need some T's and P's for Daniel Greer. He was absolutely going through it the other night. Zach Edey is evolving into a great basketball player that he said would never happen. His coach is watching from the couch, and Duke got beat. Buddy, there are bad nights, and then there's a DG night, and that's what Saturday night was. So
damn. Well, so we know DG had Florida though, I think. So maybe that's one plus. Like, who do you guys have winning this game? Do you have Florida winning, or do you got Houston winning?
I had Florida winning in my bracket, so I'm sticking.
Yeah. I picked Florida over Houston because Houston, again, they play great defense, they get after it, but Florida is deep. And they have beat some really good teams. Like, this is one of those years where it's not going to, Drew and I talked about this on our show last week. You're going to look at the national champion this year and go, damn, they earned that, because there's not that Cinderella, right? They didn't have to beat, Florida Gulf Coast or Loyola, Maryland or whoever. Like, they beat good teams. Like, whoever wins, Florida or Houston, has a resume to back it up as the best basketball team. Shout out to NIL.
Yeah. I mean, this would be the first time Florida's won since Billy Donovan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Since
they went back to back.
Yep.
That's their first time to Final Four since then. I mean,
they've made the Elite Eight once since then, and they've just not. They haven't been really good.
I want that to Chandler Parsons this year.
Yeah. He who shall not be named.
We don't talk about him on the show,
especially
bro.
after that BS tweet they said this past week about you got to get that man out of Memphis, man. I was having a good
about
him.
Parrish.
You know
what? Can we get him off the stage?
My bad. On my Let's Be Real platform, we call him Pimp Parsons. I meant to say Pimp Parsons.
On this show, we call him Voldemort.
Pimp Parsons.
Yeah, we don't say his name.
Absolutely.
But before we move forward, I did want to give a shout out to the games weren't good. I mean, they were blowouts, but UConn women.
Thank you.
Women's Final Four. Returning back, Gino, 12 champ, got out. I couldn't believe it's been 9 years they won, because they dominated my teenage years. So
dude, I'm with you. When it said it was it'd been that long since they won, I couldn't believe it, because growing up it was like UConn. It was UConn and Pat Summitt. It was Gino and Pat Summitt. That was it. And I know it was odd, even though it was a blowout. It was nice to see. Good to see Paige back get one. Good to see them back in there. I'm with you. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, again, the closest I ever came to dying one night was when I was driving. When Mississippi State, I was driving along 72. Mississippi State beat UConn, and I crashed out. I'm celebrating in the truck. And I'm like, oh God, got you 10-2,
10-2. Oh man, speaking of 10-2, maybe. What's that? It's the standings report, because there's a 10 and a 2 seed. Sorry, it was a stretch.
Great transition.
I don't know. It's called a reach. Let's talk about the standings, because we were talking off air. Like, good Lord, it is a wild west. It is a wild west, man. Mm-hmm. So we got Houston and OKC 1 and 2. 2 and 1 respectively. After that, you have Lakers with 48 wins at the 3 seed.
And they likely probably got 3.
I agree. I think that they're probably locked in at 3. Then you have Denver with 47 wins. Then you've got the Clippers at 5, Golden State at 6, Minnesota at 7, and Memphis at 8, all with 46 wins.
and including Denver, they all the same losses.
Yep. And we play Minnesota this week.
And Denver this week.
And Denver this week. And Denver, God. And
we
Denver
got Charlotte, Minnesota, Denver are our next 3 games.
Yeah. So I did tweet it last night, and the post-game bounce plus is coming out. I said it again. The Grizzlies basically control their own destiny for the 5 seed. And that's because they played Minnesota and Denver. They all had the same losses. So everybody would win every game, but the Grizzlies win those 2. They would gain a game. Essentially 2 games over them, because those are the only 2 teams they can win tiebreakers over. They had a tiebreak over Minnesota. They can get the tiebreak over Denver with the win Friday. Mm-hmm. I saw the Clippers and Golden State play Sunday, last game of the season. So the reason the 5 seed, the loser of that game, if everybody would have win all games, they would fall below the winner of that game. But that makes sense. So, and they still have a chance to get the 4 seed, but it's a little more,
it's going to take some math. It's going to take some math.
Yeah,
sure.
I just wait till later in the week while games actually when the games actually get final.
Long and short of it is, you need to go handle your business, right? Like, we've been playing better of late.
Went out.
Tuomas is unlocked. Zach Edey. Jaren is back in prime position and rebounding. He's not a perimeter player as much anymore. He's back where he should be, kind of in and out. Go handle your business. You've got an opportunity to win several games coming up. Like, you could theoretically win out and hold your, like, I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday, Micah, like, I'm so tired of having to rely on other teams because we lost all those one possession games and those games to Brooklyn back in November. Like, for once, go handle your business, right? Because the Grizzlies could play their way into the 4th seed. Again, it's a reach. Like, it feels like 5-6 is where we likely end up. But, like, it's there, right? Just go win basketball games, and good things happen when you win basketball games.
Yeah, I think just winning out. I just saw Grizz comment about the head-to-head tiebreakers. He's actually right about that. If it's multiple team, like now, it's 14 tied. They last in the tiebreakers because their record total against everyone. But if they win out, they would gain the game over 3 of those teams.
Yep.
So they won't have to worry about
because you're going to beat 2 of them.
You beat 2 of them.
One of Golden State or the Clippers.
They play each other, yeah. So you'll get an edge over them. You won't have to worry about the tiebreaker. So win out, pretty much.
Just win out.
And looking at the schedule, Smooth Southpaw, you're right. Like, the schedule is very favorable for us to win out, right? The only one, like Minnesota and Denver, are the ones that you look at and go, "Ooh, those are going to be tough games," because they're fighting for their playoff lives too. But we play well against both of those teams.
Yeah, it's time to find a win. We finally got a win over a team with a winning record. It's time for us to get a win over a team with a winning record in our conference.
There it is.
Yeah. Well said, sir.
Yeah,
well said.
End of January. Last time we got one of them against the Western Conference team.
Oh my God. Goodness gracious. Well, that's enough on that. We'll go ahead and get you out of here, Parrish. Thank you, brother. We no game tonight. Go watch the national championship. Take it easy tonight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, brother. We'll see you next week. We'll be right back after this. Going to take a quick break.
Tune in to the 2 Buck Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann every Tuesday and Thursday live at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
And we're back. Man, I don't mean to blame Drew, but my computer messes up when Drew's in here. Like, I never know when the commercials happen. This was smooth. I could see it. I could hear you. I did the transition. I love you, Drew. Come back. So, real quick, a couple more things before we get out of here I want to talk to you about. The first one thing, and you touched on it briefly before the break. What are your, like, how many games are we into this, Tim? I mean, we are 5?
Yeah. 5
games into Tuomas Iisalo's tenure as head coach, and this team looks they look like a different team. They're playing with more fire. I just want to get your thoughts on Tuomas's tenure as head coach thus far, because you touched on it briefly before we went away. I do think the biggest thing for me is his use of Zach Edey.
I mean, and he's stepping up and being awesome. If you don't think this team is different under Tuomas, you're watching with your eyes closed or you're not trying. Now, I'm not going to go on and say, and I'm still on the fence about him being our long-term head coach, right? There's still a lot of things that I need to see. But this team is objectively better than what we previously have, right? Like, his first 3 games are the Celtics, Lakers, Warriors, and we were competitive in all of those until the last few minutes, right? Yes. We were within a possession or 2 of all those teams late in the 4th quarter.
Yes.
And we're really against the Thunder as well. But a lot of it is Tuomas is implementing things that make good sense from a basketball standpoint. Jaren is playing in the paint a bit more, and he's rewarding you with more rebounds.
Boom.
Zach Edey has been awesome, setting picks like nobody's business. Now, again, I've said this before. I want to see him learn a little bit more what to do after setting a pick, because sometimes he does look a little lost on how to get back to the basket, but he's setting just monstrous picks. Defensive effort has been there. Ja has been much more engaged and better. Luke, I think so far what I'm seeing is markedly better than the product we were seeing down the stretch under Taylor Jenkins, and it's now starting to turn into wins on the basketball court. Yes, it's the Heat, but that Pistons win Saturday was a really good win over a really good team. Yes, they were missing a couple starters, but that was a good win over a hot team. Now, can we turn that into Western Conference wins?
It was a good win over a hot team where your offense didn't fail you and your defense didn't fail you either. You know, like you really were good on both sides of the ball. One thing that I'm loving about Tuomas, and it's wild to me that it's only taken him 5 games to figure it out, but he knows his rotation.
Yes.
Like I keep waiting for there to be more than 7 or 8 guys that play. And even with Jaw out, that dude sticks to 7 guys. He played Dez, Jaren, Jalen, Zach, Santi, Pip, Luke. And that's it.
Yeah. Sorry, DG. DG keeps saying that it's going to change. It's not. Zach Edey's not going to turn into a pumpkin. We're not going to play 11 dudes in the first quarter anymore because the coaching malpractice is gone. He is now a spectator like the rest of us. We've got a guy who understands. Like the things that I've seen that have been the biggest revolution to me is he's let Jaren play through with 4 fouls. Like he doesn't sit him for 2.5 quarters because he has 4 fouls or even 3 fouls. He lets him play through it and figure it out. He also, in multiple games, has sat one of the big 3, be Ja or Jaren mostly, and the other team hits a couple of buckets back to back, and he gets them back in the game. It's the wildest thing. He doesn't stick to a Waffle House menu. He literally is like, oh no, things are not going well. Jaren, back in the game. Otherwise, it'd have been like Taylor Jenkins is like, oh, it's not going well. No Jake LaRavia, figure it out, right? Like, the ability to stop runs through timely substitutions has been a breath of fresh air that I desperately needed in 2025.
I agree with you. It's so nice. Did Tuomas play? Did he hoop like himself?
I think he did. Yeah.
I saw something. I thought I saw something on Twitter yesterday talking about how he played. I mean, it just his feel for the game. It's like you said. I don't know if it's just because he played. It's better.
It's just better. I think that he's also coached at a very high level in European leagues where the pressure is pretty immense in front of those crowds. And it's not the NBA, but like you talk about some wild, raucous stadiums, like he has coached in some high leverage situations, and it shows that he knows what to do. Taylor Jenkins never had that experience. He never was the head man in high leverage situations, and it showed. But T.I. has been markedly better. Real quick, I was looking at the Pistons game. I do want to comment on Jalen Wells being the one that strips Cade Cunningham to effectively end the game. And he runs down and he bumps up with T.I. and tells him, I told you so. Like, seeing the players engaging with him is also good. Yeah, he's not doing goofy dances before the game or anything with our players, but they're engaged, and he could possibly be getting their ear and winning them over.
Man, Wells plus 15. He shot one from, but the 1 3 he had was huge. Yeah. And it was huge. And he plus 15. Zach Edey was a plus 20. Like these rookies.
Say that again. He was what?
Plus 2-0.
How many rebounds did he have?
Not plus
21.
21. I was like, wait a minute, I just had 21.
He set the rookie record for the Grizzlies. Like
country, man. Big country had that record.
Yeah, exactly. My boy, Brian Reeves. The reason I'm a Grizzlies fan is
big country.
But Big Maple tied him the other night. And again, man, if you can't see the evolution of Zach Edey, and like imagine, Luke, what would happen if he'd been playing all year long, right? Like he's been playing more like Zubac, and it's like, lately, that's what he's been playing. Like, yeah, he's not getting you a ton of buckets, but he's getting every freaking rebound that comes off the glass. If we let him play through some of this and kind of build on some of that momentum he had from his awesome December, like
running away with
the rookie of the year. Again, yeah. Taylor Jenkins owes us money. He needs to Venmo Zach Kleiman right now half of what he got paid for the malpractice we had to witness.
Man, I was a Taylor Jenkins fan, and the biggest indictment to him as me is the use of Edey. It's quite upsetting because it's like
he's going to go out and be awesome against Charlotte because they don't have a big that can compete with him. He's going to dominate them, and then he is going to body Rudy Gobert. You heard it here first. I will stand on that. He will body Rudy Gobert at the end of the week.
I cannot wait for that game.
I cannot
wait for that game. That's so. I'm glad we're in alignment. I mean, I'm pretty pleased with what we've seen, even though he's technically more losses than wins. I like what I've seen so far. He looks like it looks like giving him the 9 games to prepare for the playoffs was the right call because these dudes are playing more like they're playing play. It looks more like playoff basketball, the product, since he has taken over, and I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we get out of here, it's Monday. And on Mondays, we talk about lasagna, and we talk about Garfield the cat, and we talk about Mondays. Garfield the cat hates Mondays. He loves lasagna. I think it's very important to acknowledge the good and the bad from the weekend. Because you can't enjoy one without the other. Yin and yang. So excuse me, I will go first. And it's going to be all about, this weather, man, has sucked. And like, I really don't like, and part of it's my fault. When you have animals and you are dealing with tornado warnings, it's a nightmare because you're like, mainly cats. The dogs are fine, but I'm running around like a crazy person upstairs while the tornado sirens are going off, looking for my damn cats. Like, where are you? Where are you? And it's just like, it's so loud and scary outside. And I'm home by myself and they're just like, and I pick them up and they're like, yeah. And I'm just like, guys, stop it. Stop it. And it's like 3 a.m. when this is happening. And I'm just like, ah! So my Monday was all this nonsense weather. Tornadoes suck. If you're in Memphis, I hope you're safe. I hope you're okay. The flooding was rough. Yeah. My lasagna, which I love, it seems to have stopped. And that's what I'm keeping it very simple.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, same, man. Like the lasagna, Monday's obviously the storms, man. It was at my dad's in Corinth. We were surrounded by bad weather. There was a couple of tornadoes within, shouting distance of us going through. So I saw some of the damage when I drove home yesterday, and it's just wild, man. Just like fences and power lines down, and you can see the swath through the trees where the tornado cut. It's awful. Heart goes out to those families. It's definitely rough to see. I understand that there was college basketball going on at that time, but shout out to the weathermen for interrupting basketball. Sorry you didn't have your sound at the end of the game, but those guys really help save lives and put into perspective what's going on, right? And so thoughts and T's and P's to all the families affected. Drew out there being a Power Ranger. Shout out to you, sir. All the guys that are having to work through that. Definitely my Monday. Lasagna is just telling my dad. It's always fun. Yeah. He felt good this weekend. It was a good weekend. So more to come on Tube and Tuesday about what we watched this weekend. But we cooked. We had some time together. His foot looks tremendously better from the care he's been receiving. So shout out to Pops for being in good shape and good form this weekend. I had a good time in Corinth. Despite we're like those two old men standing on the front porch watching it rain. And at one point, Luke, this clap of lightning hits. It had to be within 50 yards of us. It just goes bright daylight, and then boom, and we looked at each other and was like, it's time to go in.
And you told me you were going to see your dad, and I was like, that's right in the middle of it, Rusty.
Yeah, we hungered down. I say that. We were standing on the front porch watching.
Hey, that's what we do in the South. We like watching our weather before
y'all almost caught me on the news in the white tank top going, the tornado sounded like this.
Man, I heard something the other day. It was like when the tornado hits, 2 things you got to worry about: bras and teeth. Get your bras and get your teeth. And I was like, damn right. That's it. Because juice is going to show up, and you want to have your bra on, you want to have your teeth in. And very true.
Very true.
That's going to do it for our show today. Shout out to T's and P's. Shout out to bras and teeth. B's and T's and P's.
B's and T's and T's and P's.
Yes. We will be back tomorrow to tube a little bit because you almost gave it away. I've got stuff to talk about too. I'm excited. Everybody have a good day today. Go watch some national championship basketball. It's going to be a good game. I guess go Gators. I don't really know.
SEC. Go SEC. Especially SEC. After, King Meek said it earlier. Kelvin Simpson crapped all over the AAC saying we don't play in some little Pookie Doo conference or whatever he called it. We're 19-1 in the Big 12.
Catching strays.
That's it, man. Just catching strays. But go Gators, I guess, and enjoy some of this beautiful weather. It's going to be a nice, cool, but a nice day.
Nice day.
And Wayno, good morning, Wayno. Welcome back. You finally make it to the show at the tail end.
See you, Wayno. You have a good day. We'll be back tomorrow. Everybody have a good one. Remember these 2 things. Remember to be a little weird like we normally do, and remember to smile. Bye, guys. Have a good day. See y'all tomorrow. If I clicked the right button, that was the wrong button. See y'all tomorrow.
We almost do.